Hello and welcome to program 90 in this series of tutorials and programs focused on TradeStation EasyLanguage. In this program we're going to be looking for what I've called hooks in the behavior of an oscillator, and what a hook is basically a pivot. So you can see some hooks here, and what the program does is for a particular oscillator it looks for a hook and then it looks for another hook within a user specified number of bars. If that hook occurs, we draw a signal across, and if the oscillator then subsequently crosses below, or in the example of in this case a green cross above these overbought oversold lines, then it draws another point. And the program allows you to specify several oscillators, and in fact what you would do for each oscillator, you'd reapply the program to the chart. To show you which oscillators are available, if we just go quickly into the program, you'll see that these have got various codes. So 1 MACD, 2 MACD average, 4 percentage R. So just looking at the first one here, if we double click on that and we look at the inputs, we'll see that we've got which OSC is 4. So just going back to our chart of which OSC values, 4 would be percentage R. And then obviously depending on which of these you select, you would need to make sure that the other inputs to do with that oscillator were filled in appropriately. So in this case we would just need to concern ourselves with this one. If you were looking at a MACD, you would need to concern yourself with these ones, etc. And I think they're fairly self-explanatory which ones you need to set up. The other inputs that are important are the user specifies the overbought and the oversold levels, and they're going to vary quite significantly between the different oscillators. And the other one's max bars between. This is the number of bars that are allowed between the hooks. And then the max bars before break, that is the maximum number of bars that are allowed before the last hook and across over the overbought or oversold. Now obviously this is not a tool that could be necessarily used standalone. It's rather an aid to support broader technical analysis and decision making. Another thing that you might wish to do is, for example, again looking at this example, you might say, well, I want to change the colors of particular plots. So you might wish to change the color of the plot itself. Perhaps we want to go for a lilac color, but you might also wish to change the color of the indicators. So if we again go to the program, and you can see that you could, for example, change the low cross at the moment is green. We could make that into a light pink color, and same for these dots. And if you decided, having done that, format, edit studies, and you had made some changes, perhaps also the style, you might have, for example, the low cross at the moment is set up as a cross, high cross also as a cross, and overbought, oversold as lines, and then the breaks as points. And if you decided to change those, you could do that also. But when you've made these changes, if you click on default, then that will default these values for future times that you apply the program to a chart, as long as you verify the program. So again, just going back to the values, if in this case we're looking at a user input of 4, which means that we're concerned about the percent R length value, as well as the overbought, oversold, max bars between, max bars before break. But for example, if you were analyzing MACD, then you would need to modify these values potentially. The other values would be entirely irrelevant, and similarly for TSI, RSI, CCI, and so forth. Also, in terms of these being applied to the chart, if we click on each one and we go to scaling, you'll see where this is applied. So it's applied to subgraph 2. If we went to the next one, double click, scaling, that is applied actually to subgraph 6. The next one, scaling, subgraph 3. So you can get the idea about applying several copies of the program to the chart so that you can see several different oscillators at the same time. So hopefully this will be something that might interest you. If so, I will make a version available for download for a nominal fee, and that will be unprotected. So you can look at the code, change it, copy it, use it in other programs if you wish. And please also consider joining GoldPass. Thank you.